Welcome to Sad Boys, a podcast about feelings and other things also. I'm Jarvis.
I'm Jordan. You see me take my glasses off like that?
Yeah, is that how you get down to business?
It's time to get serious.
You're like, I don't need to see.
I do need to put them on though for the show, but
Right.
One sec.
It's kind of like Mr. Rogers, how he starts the show by entering his home and taking his shoes off
Where's he been?
and putting different shoes on.
Yeah, where have you been, buddy? He was at work.
Yeah.
Recording Mr. It's like a loop. He was recording Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
He's a health insurance CEO.
Yeah,
It's an
yeah.
unfortunate bit of contrast.
Yeah, he's a weapons contractor.
He works for Blackwater.
Yeah, dude.
But hey, people contain multitudes. You know what I mean?
Right, true. It's like, hey, it doesn't invalidate the nice things he said.
In my free time, I go home and I'm insane.
Yeah, in my free time, I do the drones.
He
I
was
build them.
actually in the Navy, right?
He was, yeah. He was in a,
Oh, the show only takes place during Fleet Week.
yeah.
What is the show? This one, but also what is Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? He just hangs out.
It's a kid's show where he comes home
Sick.
and neighbors come to him, like, and the postman
He's
and
like, I'm
stuff.
trying to relax, dude. I just got off of work.
Just
But
got
then
back from
in
the
his
third
home-
tour.
In his home, there's a little trolley, and the trolley takes you to the land of make-believe.
There's a lot of lore.
And the land of make-believe is a bunch of little puppets. There's a king. There's Daniel Tiger. Do you know Daniel Tiger?
Not personally.
They made a cartoon of him
I
later.
know Daniel Tice, the basketball player.
Is it Daniel
Wait, no,
Tice?
Daniel Tice? Is that a person?
Michael Jordan.
But they were really great thing. It was a good show.
All right.
Jordan.
I think that's
Okay, yeah,
the
yeah,
consensus,
yeah.
right? I
German
don't-
basketball player. Shout out.
It was a show that taught you about the world in a very gentle, sweet way. So it'd be like, I wonder where crayons come from. And then all of a sudden there's a documentary about the
Whoa.
crayon factory and
We
how you
just
make
discovered
crayons.
something. You
You
say
say
crayon,
crayon.
weird.
Yeah, I heard that.
Do I?
You say crayon.
What do
You
you
say
say?
crayon.
You're saying it like cran.
You're
Jennifer
saying it like
Coolidge is upset.
cranberry.
What do you say?
Crayon.
The word.
Like crayon shinshan.
Crayon.
Yeah, that's crayon.
It's okay.
But that's okay.
You were
like-
just poorly raised.
So I have there are a few more words that I say weird.
And
Let's
you'll have to
see
find them out.
if
Yeah.
you can
It's a little
spot
scavenger
them.
hunt.
Oh, where in the world is my weird voice?
This is kind of a Mr. Rogers thing.
Whoa,
Let's see if you, can
brought it
spot the
back.
difference.
Oh, is he the one with word of the day?
No, that's Pee-wee.
I'm so stupid. I'm such an idiot.
Okay, wait.
Everyone
So
hates me.
what's new with us?
I won't disagree.
I'm still sad,
Bullshit.
and that's shitty, but whatever. At least I can watch Andor.
It's appropriate for this podcast.
It is.
It is a very solemn show.
Dude, every time I am depressed, I think about the people who go, "You guys don't seem very sad." Fuck off.
Well, I mean,
I'm
it-
so depressed.
Well, it's because we're hanging out with friends, right?
Yeah.
Like we got shit going. I'm scared. I might never come back to the US. And like,
I
you know,
feel
it's like
I
on the
do.
table.
I'm hoping. I feel like maybe I'm knocking on wood. I'm hoping to come out of the rut soon, but we're not there, and that stinks. But that's why we haven't talked about it, because I'm just like very,
You're in the rut.
in it.
Granted, it's performance. A show by necessity is performance. Just like going anywhere is really you're veiling yourself to some degree for the people around you and for yourself.
Yeah.
And just to get coffee, you're going. I gotta go get it. Well done, mate. you made me knock something over.
Fucking flipper ass feet.
I just immediately get so defensive. Nice one, fucking idiot.
Hey, fuck you.
With my Sora feet.
It's like if Dipper came over and his tail hit the coffee over. If he had turned around and was like barked at you.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Okay, shit.
But I think that, like, I don't know, what I want Sad Boys to be more than anything else is like a decent representation of the way that we interact, or that's what feels the most organic and the least like
I agree.
performative-y. And maybe it's because we do spend time with each other and talking outside of the show, and that's like kind of where some of it gets excised. But yeah, we're both struggling, not to even speak for the two of you, but me and Jarvis were struggling. We're doing our own things, different things, but struggle things.
But we
Health
get,
things.
but we
and I
get
are
by.
great. We're
I was
on
gonna say,
cloud nine.
but we get by with a little help from our friends. Shout out, Anastasia's been helping me with a lot of things lately.
Shout out to
Jacob's always carrying the weight of the podcast on his back.
Peeps who they are in the chair, they're deceased. Can't talk on this episode. They've
Well, Easter's
been very
passed,
helpful.
so
Peeps help me paint.
You mentioned something that's been weighing heavy on my heart as well, and I think all of us, that you have to go away for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to
But-
the Odin sleep.
I like the Avatar.
I don't know if you want to talk about it. Like, visa-wise, you have to go away.
Yeah,
And
it's,
the hope, dream, prayer is that you come back.
it's a transitional period more than anything, and I've been trying to. The soothing balm has been trying to do as many things and see as many people and get the most time in as possible before that period comes. But yeah, from July onwards, I'm taking kind of a semi. The show's going to keep going, but a slightly unclear break. I'm going to be gone for. We think we know the period of time, but I wouldn't want to speculate publicly.
Yeah.
But not months and months. Just maybe. I don't know. I want to temper expectations. The show's not going away. We're going to film the boat.
We're planning for it. We're like doing episodes with you. We're going to have some guests.
We have some notice.
And
So
this
we're,
isn't-
hosts.
This isn't like scary news. We've known this for the entire time.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
part of the process. Yeah.
But it's ultimately positive. But then also it's like
it's bringing up maybe some old...
it brushes up against some of
the
the.
last time Trump stopped me from coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
But so many other circumstances, it's fucking pandemic. And
Before we get to super happy fun stuff like racist commercials and other things I want to talk about,
bread and butter.
So that's going to cheer you guys up, I feel like.
I think that because it's weirdly, it is an escape
Mm-hmm.
from my own mind.
And it's like, it is just raw fun.
Yeah.
Basic fun.
We can laugh.
And we can all laugh at. Well, but before we laugh, I don't look at our subreddit. I don't know what's going on in there. I didn't know I was subscribed to it, but I opened up Reddit the other day, and while I'm being a little whiny baby, I just sent you this post, Jacob, that I saw. I don't even understand this meme. It's a genuine question. It's a post that says, "This sums up everything perfectly." And the meme is Jordan passionately talking about something he really cares about, and then me holding the pillow, doing whatever this is. What is this? What are they trying to say? At first, I thought it was like Jordan's always cool and talking about stuff, and Jarvis is always confused and holding the pillow. But now I don't know what actually it is
really
about.
old photo. I mean, if it's any consolation, yes, I don't really track. I'm not looking for an answer from the audience. It's just purely I think this is the kind of stuff which people don't think is parasocial, because everybody uses the term. Everybody's like tries to be self-aware about it, but sometimes it's like look, I'm just talking about a show. I'm talking about media, and it is still kind of bridging on like humans. I don't know.
I just don't even
Makes
know.
me feel weird.
I don't know what the message is supposed to be, but it made me feel bad because I thought it was like at my expense. And I was like, does everybody hate me? Because I'm sad, and that's why I avoid the comments, because I shouldn't look at this stuff.
I didn't even think about subreddit.
Well, me either. I was
Reddit.
looking for some like old school RuneScape shit that just came up in my feed.
Because Twitter just showed you like beheading videos.
Oh yeah, well no, because so anyway, no clue what that was, but I was like, damn, that's how I know I'm in a weird mental space when I just see like a random meme that I don't even understand, and it makes me feel bad about myself.
Catches you.
But what makes me feel good about myself is I have been watching Andor.
Yes,
You and Eddie turned me onto it at our birthday dinner, and it's really good.
It's unfortunately a very good show,
really
and so
good.
I have to admit that I like some recent Star Wars media.
It's like one of the. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna be disappointed because it just ended. I haven't finished it. I'm on season 2, episode 8, but apparently you haven't started season 2 yet. And I was trying to think about like what I like about it so much, and I don't have a thing. I think the writing's good, the characters are good. I just am impressed with. This is like a super baby take, but I'm not trying to do media criticism. I'm just exploring why I like something. I was surprised that I could give a shit knowing that it like happens between known events.
Yeah.
It's like zooming into something that if I was, you know how sometimes there's an episode of a show like Severance that does a bunch of like Cobell lore, and then people are like, filler episode. And I'm like, that is you are a baby. To me, that's my gut reaction, because what do you want?
You have the brain of a child.
Do you just want a list of plot events?
Yeah.
Because if Andor is entirely pointless if you just view things as plot events.
Yeah.
At the macroscopic.
As result and path, right?
Yeah.
Who would... And to be fair, I think that's maybe what like some people's hesitation towards it is. I think one thing... That's the thing, you're completely right. And that is media critique, because all that is analyzing why you do or don't like something. And the writing is just very good.
It just makes you care, right? And I think it I think that it does a good job of creating stakes. I don't want to spoil 1977's A New Hope, but we kind of know the fates of some of the characters, right? And normally that takes away stakes. When you know that someone's the protagonist in a movie, and then Act 2 comes along, and you're like, well, I know nothing bad can happen to them because they're the protagonist. Mm-hmm. Or I know there's a sequel, so Iron Man isn't gonna...
Ned Stark's the hero.
Yeah, I know there's Iron Man 2, so nothing too bad can happen in Iron Man 1. And so... like there's no way they could kill Tony Stark. That would be insane. And so
and then they wouldn't bring him back.
No, that wouldn't make any sense. So knowing that, and then still being able to like give a shit, I think is like sign of a show that's doing something like, well.
It's I've noticed some people are like, I don't know if I want to watch a show with a bunch of Imperial stuff, and it's like, well, that's just... Really, you don't have to have likable characters. That's like a misnomer.
So I'm completely divorced from or detached from any of the criticism, because I've just been watching without, and now I can't even go on Twitter. Part of the reason I'm finishing it is because I accidentally engaged with one Andor tweet, and now my entire feed is spoilers. Yeah. And it's also funny to avoid spoilers where I kind of know where things are going. But I want to, the manner in which things happen and the fates of specific characters and the interactions of specific characters, I don't want to be spoiled on. What is the criticism on Imperial stuff?
It was a very broad thing early on, before I even watched the show myself, where people were like, and this happens all the time, from Sopranos and The Wire onwards, of like, well, why would I watch a show with characters that I can't relate to or find likable? Oh. And it's a very kind of basic critique, because it kind of loses the fact that you watch things because they are compelling, not because they are likable. If you were looking only for likable media, then you would watch March of the Penguins only. It's like that's pleasant, but it is a completely different experience. In the case of Andor, it's like, well, how do they make them compelling? I'm like, man, I don't play the oboe, but I know when it sounds good. And sometimes it is perfect.
Like, I can go to a ballet and not know anything that's going on,
and
but
you see someone
shed a tear, and I'm like, wow, that was beautiful, I think. I don't even know what happened.
Who's the black swan? I am.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I actually
recommend, even if you don't like Star Wars. Like,
no, that's the thing. I wouldn't even consider, I guess I probably read as like a Star Wars guy, but I watched the original trilogy like somewhat in like late adulthood, or like not as a young adult. I watched it like pretty late in life.
Jarvis had a confession when I arrived today. He said, I went on Wikipedia.
Well, I think that was the funny thing, is that, okay, so I will spoil 1977 Star Wars A New Hope. I Am Your Father's a spoiler, so...
Oh,
that's actually in the second film.
No, I know. Okay. But what I was just saying that like people are aware of like Star Wars spoilers from back then. Yeah. So this even is before that.
Okay.
So the fact that I remember like the whole show is like set up in, it starts in like 4 or 5 BBY. And I was like, wait, BBY, what is that?
Before
big,
battle.
Beautiful
Yavin.
Big, beautiful Yavin. And then I was like, wait, and this is how out of Star Wars world I am. I'm like, Battle of Yavin, that sounds familiar. Oh, that's from the climax of 1977. I have to keep saying that so that people aren't like, spoiler alert.
And also, no one can say the year during the show.
Right.
Because I feel like something's coming up.
Right.
I feel like we're 47 years from something.
Yeah. It's like Jesus being like,
hold on, we're going to start here. Trust me.
Yeah.
All the wise men being like, Now, right?
Yeah, I think something's happening. We're in my time right now. It's a Jesus boy summer.
I'm sure everyone at the time was like, okay, man, we're going to keep doing the years we're doing, but okay.
So like Battle of Yavin stuff, I was like, oh, right. And then I started like Googling characters and being like, when was I introduced to this person? Oh, Mon Mothma was introduced in Return of the Jedi, so I do know who that character is.
Dead for years before they were talking about. Yeah.
I actually think that they do a good job of like making you care about the like members of the ISB, like basically like the Imperial Police people.
Irritable Saul syndrome.
Wild Saul, irritable call Saul ball.
Better shit pants.
You know that they're bad, but there is a humanity in them because we are all human, even those doing evil.
You can't create a fascist system without humanity. You're appealing to fear and control.
Right.
And,
there is it's like a perversion or a abuse of human psychology.
Yeah, you erode people's expectations. You start with like hey, we should all dress the same, and actually maybe we should all go to the same places.
I think that that's what's really interesting is like the way that they kind of tackle manufactured consent and like the ways that both a extremely powerful oligarchy, or what would you even call the empire? Dictatorship.
I guess it's a dictatorship, but like the emperor is so obscured to the point where it treats it like a senatorship and a government. Like there's officials.
It's because it used to be a republic. Yes. It was like I don't know that much about Star Wars.
They keep the but I'm like people of the Galactic Republic, but the
exactly
emperors,
they kept the structure of it.
And that's how you do it.
Exactly, yeah. And there are some scenes.
Not advice, by the way.
And that's how you do it. And by the way, and this is a tutorial on how to do it.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be building a fascist dictatorship.
Have you guys heard the term banality of evil?
Yeah, like just it's eerily dull.
Yeah, they use it. People use this term, like historians use it to discuss Nazi Germany.
Right.
Where it's like, it is this very dull, bureaucratic kind of wearing away at people.
Yeah.
Until you all of a sudden realize you have no rights and you don't know how it happened.
And that is like, I think that that's like kind of what the show does well, because you are witnessing this passage of time that is kind of happening in real time. Is like people are realizing that they're just pawns, and like there's like false flags, and there's like a lot of things that are taken from history. Like there's a lot of like World War II allegory and things of that nature that I find really, prescient in our modern times. And it's also just all happening in a Star Wars show, which I can't, I keep going, that's very funny.
I mean, it helps that like, sci-fi is fun for a reason, and it is, it's visuals and like evocative feelings and drama, and there's a degree of excitement when the gun makes a pew pew sound instead of a regular gun sound. And I think it's almost like calling your shot before the home run. Where like, wow, you did it with that extra sauce on it.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, you didn't have to go so hard.
I mean, yeah, Gilroy? I think that's in Gilroy Brothers. There's it's an impressive work, I think.
This episode of Sad Boys is sponsored by Zocdoc.
Have you ever been to the dentist, Jordan? And you have, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well then when they're like doing stuff to your teeth, but then they're trying to talk to you, and you're like, "How am I supposed to respond?"
How am I supposed to respond?
Exactly. Yeah.
What about when you're going to the therapist who suddenly, I don't know, only has openings in the middle of the work
on a leap year?
On a leap year and a new kind of Wednesday.
Yeah, they're open on New Wednesday. And you're like, which day of the week is that?
Goodbye.
Or like when you can only get a doctor's appointment like 6 months after you call. You're like, oh, okay. Well, in the meantime, I'll expire.
And then they turn up and they're like, did you do the paperwork? Yeah, 6 months ago.
Yeah, 6 months ago.
Oh, sorry, I'm building.
Do you have the same insurance?
Yes. You don't have to settle anymore when it comes to finding the right doctor, because ZocDoc's got options.
ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment.
You can filter for doctors that are nearby, take your insurance, and are perfectly suited for any medical need you might have. They're highly rated by verified patients.
You can also filter for specific preferences. Let's say you're looking for a female doctor who speaks a certain language, or you're looking for someone who can fit your work schedule, or even has availability in the next day or so.
Once you find the right doctor for you, you can see their actual appointment openings, find a time slot that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit.
Appointments made through Zocdoc happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours, and you can even book same-day appointments.
So stop putting off those pesky doctor's appointments and go to zocdoc.com/sadboys to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That's zocdoc.com/sadboys, zocdoc.com/sadboys. But anyway, I'm not a Star Wars guy, so I'm just like coming at it from like I'll like watch a movie and then I'll like go like read a bit of lore. I'll like get my like little bits and pieces. And so this has been fun to kind of, I turned a corner into like actual hype maybe for like the last 4 episodes. And I'm like sad because I'm like, well, damn, then it's going to be over. And I don't know if I want to watch another Star Wars thing after this, or a lot of stuff. I've heard really good stuff about like some of the animated series.
I will say lore-wise,
Yeah.
characterization-wise, there's a lot of like, if you want to kind of retroactively make, because Star Wars, the plot can be a little overconvoluted. The story is really good in its essence if you laid it out.
Right.
I would, and that's what that is. George Lucas, he does story, not script.
He was like writing the first movie and then like reading Joseph Campbell and then like adjusting and then like
Well,
he was like, all right, hero's journey.
Seven Samurai.
His wife had a lot to do with that too. At the time, they're divorced now. Like he has a different wife now. But his wife was his editor, and there's a lot of theories that she helped him a lot on his scripts and stuff.
Well, especially because when he's revisited things, it hasn't gone the best.
And when he's written and directed the dialogue but fully 100% himself, you got the prequel trilogy, which I have an affection for to some degree, especially in retrospect, because a lot of the animated stuff, some of which is very bad, but a lot of the animated stuff is focused on, it's Dave Filoni, George Lucas, very generally pretty uninvolved, but there's an emphasis on almost like politely retconning some of the characters because I mean, I don't give a fucking shit. I don't feel like Obi-Wan and Anakin were particularly good friends, so it doesn't mean something when they fall out. Then you watch Clone Wars,
Clone
and
Wars is good.
It just pokes and it goes like, well, here's examples of like Anakin actually being kind of a good guy and like him having a place to fall.
Right. The other thing about Star Wars is that people get so angry about modern Star Wars that like I'm so disconnected from that amount of ownership and emotion about any media. It turns me into a contrarian.
Yeah.
You know?
It's real hard not to, especially
like,
when they make really shit stuff.
It's like I almost like I didn't even watch the prequels back in the day. So I watched those right after I watched the original trilogy. So I watched the first, 6, and then it was before The Force Awakens came out. So I think that was when I first watched all the movies.
And then we went to episode 9 together and both fell asleep.
I'm a little bit of a Star Wars guy because my parents were Star Wars guys.
I think that's how it has to happen.
It's genetic.
My parents graduated high school in 1977.
Oh,
perfect year.
Well, they quit high school to go and see the movie.
Right, that's true. They were in line on that documentary.
They wanted to go become
not
Padawans.
that far off because they were also teen parents who did not graduate high school.
Your parents had kids?
Yes. And
Anastasia was born on Tatooine.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
But my
Arizona.
sister's name is Leia.
Oh, right.
That's where George Lucas got it.
My dad read all the Star Wars books, and you can see him highlighting the name
awesome.
Leia and writing his last name with Leia being like, is this a good name?
Mitchell Starr. I thought that maybe Anastasia was a beautiful name, and I'm George Lucas.
Oh, okay. I was like, is this George Lucas, Kermit the Frog, or Jordan
dad,
Peterson?
George Lucas.
My mom, a Greek guy called George Lucas. I raised Anastasia.
But my sister decided because of her name, she took up the mantle, and she and her husband are Star Wars cosplayers.
Whoa.
And they like make elaborate like Wookiee costumes and stuff. It's crazy.
That's not Leia. Leia's actually not a Wookiee.
But so I wouldn't say I'm the
Freaking
biggest
nerd.
Star Wars fan, but I've seen everything and I could guide you, Jarvis, in what's good and what's not.
I know. I'm
That
like,
is a problem. How much of it is bad?
There is so much of it that's bad.
Yeah.
Even Clone Wars, which I think as a whole is a very good show.
You gotta trim
But
it.
you gotta not watch certain parts because it gets boring.
so it's like, that's one of the things. So I'm like, I don't know how much deeper I'm going to get, but I'm having fun on this like little, zoom into this little slice. And I'm like, oh,
More's
okay.
fun. It's almost like the meta of like a game, but for
There is,
video.
when I went to Wikipedia, it was to look up a couple of things because I was like trying to jog my memory about some stuff. But it was almost like, and this could be completely wrong, and I just did it. I looked at the Wikipedia wrong. But Wikipedia is like so like in universe Star Wars that it doesn't even tell you like the movies.
Yeah.
It's just like lore. And so I'm like, so I had to fucking Google it and have the AI tell me like what year does this take place in BBY style? BBW style?
Opa BBY style, please.
And like, who's this actor? And that like all those things were like just not on Wikipedia because they're like, this is real life. Wikipedia is Star Wars is real life.
And then I told you yesterday that there's a character in Clone Wars called Savage Opress. And it is, you read that and you go like, is this stupid? And then actually his character is really cool, but they're just like, it literally sometimes feels, cause I can't be annoyed, whatever. I cannot fucking stand The Mandalorian or anything associated with it. It's all the parts I don't care about. And with no like allegory to anything. It's like, what about the Old West? And what about we had the Old West though.
Yeah.
But there's like no.
I actually love the politics.
He's an
have to
incredibly
say-
based guy, George Lucas.
Like one thing I love about Andor is that, so if you go back to A New Hope, it's kind of black and white, like almost literally black and white. Like Darth Vader's wearing black, Skywalker's wearing white.
Yeah.
You know, it's like good and evil. And the truth is, humans contain multitudes. We're not
Right.
pure good. We're not pure evil. That does not exist. And Andor kind of explores that.
Like, because original, like A New Hope is they've only got a certain amount of runtime, you know?
Yeah, it's sufficient.
And so,
Well, and then by the time you get to Return of the Jedi, that turns it on its head, where it's like, it's not pure good, it's not pure evil.
Right.
Darth Vader may or may not be actually an okay guy.
And he's kind of cute under the mask.
No, he's
I've
not.
seen him.
Did I
dude.
kind of misunderstand the message?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
yeah, before they like executed Route 66 or whatever.
They're driving down Route 66,
Driving down Route
into
66, killing all the Jedis.
But I think Star Wars often gets attributed to World War II, which, to be fair, they're called stormtroopers. There's a lot there. But George Lucas was a big anti-Vietnam guy. And so when the prequels come along, there's a lot of kind of gestures to the fascism of the Jedi Order instead of the the Jedi Order is like sucks. It's like a very, very bad thing, but they got like swag swords and they move shit around with their brain, so
Pretty
it's
cool.
kind of easy to like them.
Yeah.
Also, they're better.
It is.
They're Democrats
There's a
essentially. They're
scene,
like
and
bad,
this is
but
like a
better.
spoiler for season 2, but it's not plot related to my knowledge. But there is a scene in the season 2 episode I just watched where there's a Force healer, and it's the only it's like the only time the Force had been referred to, I think, in this whole series so far. And Andor is like, I'm not about this woo-woo shit.
He's like crunchy granola ass.
No, literally, like,
I love that.
he's got like a wound or whatever, and he's like, I gotta go, man. I'm not into this granola bullshit.
That is it's a shame like the reshoots kind of fucked up Rogue One, but when you watch it, you will. They do the same thing. They're like I'm not really into this part. They like push away from. There's no lightsaber in the movie, but they do have one guy who's kind of into it, and it's like clearly doing something. It's kind of maybe working, but he doesn't like do powers. He just essentially makes him like really good at karate.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh,
I realize, like,
hello.
I think that lightsabers are cool, obviously, because I was a kid once, and but I think the politics are like so much more interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, that's fucking great. I'm like, the information that because like in Andor, there is a lot of World War II stuff because there's allegory to the use of radio and
Yeah.
stuff during World War II and how a lot of espionage happened. And like that, like Andor being like a spy thriller, political spy thriller type vibe.
And the Empire winning in a technology race, like developing way
Yeah.
faster than the rebels are.
In just like that type of thing where everyone's having conversations and you're having to hold in your head, what does this person know? What does this person want? What does this person think? This person's being like duped by this information because they've been told it, you know, at face value, but
By
by an
someone that got
untrustworthy
lied to.
source, by
Oh,
someone that
yeah.
got lied to. Like, I think that kind of thing is like very fun from what like is engaging to my brain watching
Yeah.
a show. And I think that that's what makes the writing really cool.
And is some of the value in, you know, art.
Yeah.
Is but nothing against AI art. I would love to watch a version of Star Wars where the message is, look, look at this shit.
Hey.
Look, a spaceship, pretty
Look how
cool.
crazy that
Um,
is.
Look how big the lightsaber we made is.
So that's my media moment. I was watching that stuff. And
That's your
that was my media moment. But speaking of media, we're today going to talk about some racist commercials that hopefully Peeps will be able to show up for soon, but Peeps gathered for us. However, I do, before we start this, want to lead into it with, I have been watching the NBA playoffs. And the NBA playoffs, it's a fun time. But whether it's regular TV or my YouTube TV or whatever, they play like the same 10 ads over and over and over.
Really drill it in.
Some of those ads are, I would love to spend more time talking about those ads because now I've had so many thoughts because I've seen each of them 100 times. But one that I can't stop thinking about is this Clorox commercial. And I don't know if I'll be able to find it quickly. Okay. Yes.
Wait. How did Jacob know?
I warned Jacob, so thank you for looking this up. I think that this might be what I'm looking for, but if not, I can find it. So let me just hit play. Let's just hit play here.
I must really enjoy playing with toilets.
Weird. Let's explain how we got here. Clorox did an experiment measuring people's brain waves and found that petting puppies feels pretty good.
Oh my goodness, hello?
Not surprising, but you know what feels even better? Cleaning a toilet.
Really?
For him, it did.
That is crazy.
And for these participants, clean felt better than getting a massage, playing video games, and getting their nails done.
This is some 1984
This is,
shit.
and you'll love it.
I
They
do,
loved marching in single file.
I do think that like the 1984 thing is like overdone, right?
Yeah.
Like that's overdone as a form of criticism. Like this voice, like there's multiple of these commercials where someone will go, like, do you think you like puppies or cleaning the toilet more? And she'll be like, puppies. And he'll
No.
go, you're wrong.
You're
We studied
objectively
your
wrong."
brainwaves. And I'm like, yo,
We
wait,
measured
what?
the width of your skull, and it shows that you.
Why is Clorox measuring brainwaves?
Why is Clorox trying to fight me with phrenology when I say I
That's-
like petting puppies?
It is the craziest shit in the world to me. I don't get why they don't think this is dystopia.
And why? I'm sure somebody could give some cursory throwaway answer to like, well, what's the science here? No, I don't.
Like, I think
you
that's
stop
the thing
telling
is
me
like,
that.
what exactly are you
Can
measuring?
we find another one of those?
Yeah, is it like
30-second spots?
dopamine?
I need to check your
Productive
math.
Dopamine.
You know what I mean? Like, let's
'Cause,
get
like,
a.
There's another one that's like that one where the guy who's like, I guess I like he's like been manipulated. He's like, I guess I like
Huh.
cleaning toilets. Correct.
I guess
That's the correct thought.
I've
1
seen
plus
this-
1 equals 3, I guess.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Here at Clorox,
you can go home now.
you're happy. Yeah, here at Clorox, you can go home now.
Here is your mandated meal for the week.
Yeah.
I also have seen this commercial a bunch because of the playoffs, and I have repeatedly been like, fake. Bullshit.
Cap.
Anastasia's seeing a video about like how racism is bad. Bullshit.
Fake.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. The
Fake.
empire is right.
Hey, Anastasia, what am I doing?
Playing basketball?
Yeah, prove it.
Oh yeah,
you
feels
were
better
watching
than a
it. We proved
massage.
it. That was a test.
And then petting pup, like both of those. You can open both of those.
This, by the way, sorry. This is like
propaganda.
stuff.
Yeah.
This is alien interpretation of what's good.
Serving the emperor feels better than
Like,
than petting puppies.
Following the edicts of Christ.
Being a good consumer feels better.
Maybe
Q.
you're huffing fumes from bleach.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's changing
You're
your brain.
huffing Rido, dude.
We discovered that you actually like petting puppies less than eating psilocybin mushrooms. You love mushrooms. They just give them like non-psychoactive mushrooms. You love
They're
this.
like putting a washcloth of Clorox over their mouth before they start.
Each one of these just made me feel completely insane.
I didn't love doing the toilet one.
Yes, you did.
That's the one.
End the ad.
That's the one.
Yeah, you
I
shut
was
up.
like, what is happening right now? You fucking liar. We've measured your brain waves. You lemming. We are in control. We are in control. We're Clorox. Hear us clean.
I don't know. I think I kind of prefer having a meal to getting shoved.
No, you don't.
All right.
We took your brain out and figured out that free will is an illusion and have mapped every action you'll take for the entirety of your life.
I guess they're right. I guess I'll go clean my toilet.
Yes, you did. I wrote it down. I wrote that down in my notes and I was like, we have to talk about this. Wait, can we run it back?
That can't be the best line they had from her. You know what I mean?
I didn't love doing the toilet one.
Yes, you did.
The face that she's making.
How many of these are not people of color?
Well, people of color
Is this
are
not
easily
appealing to you?
manipulated by Big Clean. It's like a stay-at-home mom or whatever. He's like, I don't even like cleaning that much. Yes,
No way.
you do. We've measured your brain, and you're at maximum capacity when you're cooking for dad.
According to my calipers, you love this.
Your brain is not fit for other work.
You don't like being a thug with low-hanging pants. Yeah, I never said that. Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. Okay.
Yes, you
let's
did.
see what
It's
else
so
it says.
funny. It should be. I was explaining like, or do you? You know,
Anything it's just like they're saying no. We measured your brain and you're fucking wrong.
You like it, I bet.
Clorox proved that you felt 61% better about cleaning than getting a massage.
That's so.
That's a good percentage more.
Rethink what makes you feel good.
Wait, we think.
Rethink.
Rethink.
Don't think.
Retrain your mind.
Rethink what you don't want to get a massage.
Think again.
Think again, Jordan.
You are what I say. Double speak.
Hey, this is the last one.
This is wild. I can't believe this.
Let's take it from
Yes,
the
you
top.
can.
You love cleaning this counter.
What?
In fact, Clorox's latest experiment proved
No,
you
I
enjoyed it
didn't,
more than a
dude.
manicure.
Yep, no, you did.
I don't even know myself anymore.
72%
We
better.
know you better than you know yourself.
You are meat. You are piggy to the slaughter. We are the farmer.
Jacob, can you see if there's one with a white man, please?
Oh, this again. Here we go.
I know I'm
Well,
a
if you watch that one,
single
if you
issue
watch that
voter.
1 minute 30-second one, that is like the full video, I think,
Scanning.
or the most full one.
Can you just go through it and see if there's a
Oh,
okay,
there's a
there
white
is
guy.
one white man
I'll
in
get
there.
Skoda.
Token white guy. G versus D.
If there's one thing I love, it's mayonnaise. Nope, you love cleaning a
You
toilet.
love cleaning different white stuff.
But we're not experts in brain activity, so
Right.
we needed actual neuroscientists and
We're
tech
good at
experts.
lying.
Name these
Like
scientists.
this guy.
Okay, thank you.
So these sensors measure
You
brain
fool.
waves, which gives us a glimpse into what the brain is doing. Now, by measuring these differences, we can create our feel-good index.
Wait, but what is
Pause.
it?
But the issue with this is the same thing that happens with those like news articles that go, actually eating cookies is good for you or whatever.
Because we measured something.
Yeah, it's like you're drawing a conclusion that no one, if they were actually putting their reputation on the line, would draw. And I'm sure there's a bunch of disclosures where they say that they're not actually saying that.
We're
but
lying.
the
Doesn't none of this
commercial
happen.
is actually saying that. The
Yeah.
commercial is actually saying, you're wrong, dumb fuck.
It ended with 1 minute of like, we made it up. It's not true at all. We've the lies that everything was a lie that I said.
Yeah.
Not true at all.
Okay, well I just had to get that off my chest.
Fuck, that's awesome. No, you
No, you don't.
bullshit. Shut up.
Love this.
No. Well, if anybody doesn't, they get told they
This is what happens when you go full out on an ad.
What?
definitely right.
Um,
Human being.
Yeah.
I watched this video and I liked it. Fellow not bots.
Let's watch some more commercials.
Yeah, the racist
I'll
variety.
watch what I please.
No, you'll watch what we show you.
Okay.
Okay, we don't know. I don't know anything about what we're gonna watch because it was prepared by our.
3 white people.
Jose, One of the currently absent cracker did show me Jello, so I recommend we do that first. Jarvis, you will like this.
Wait, hold on. The absent cracker should be Jello is an insane
No one's
sentence.
ever said it. It's the
Insane
first
sentence.
time.
That's a new one. That's a
They're on their
bingo.
way, by the way.
Ugh,
Sorry, I read the title of the video. Insane. How old is this commercial?
not old enough. I think it's
I'm gonna
70s.
let's guess. I'm gonna guess 68.
It is not when black and white was the only option. It's an like archaic choice, you know.
We may never know though.
The aesthetic decision to be.
I'll Google it.
The title is so funny.
It's so funny. I'm not going to say it out loud.
Yes, you will.
Yes, you will.
For fun of it, Jello tonight. Back to present small Chinese type baby waiting for dessert.
Hold on. Did they say one Chinese type baby?
One Chinese type baby.
Back up. I need to hear
That's
that
the way
again.
Costco categorizes its aisles. Chinese style.
Trader Joe's.
Oh, yeah,
Trader
So I
Guan.
think this is from around 1958.
It is.
Oh, wow.
Whoa! Back when they were right.
Jordan, no.
Back to present ancient Chinese pantomime just for fun of it, Jello tonight. Back to present small Chinese type baby waiting for dessert. Chinese mother bling baby, Jello, famous Western delicacy. Poor
Why'd they have to
Chinese
say?
baby. He unable to tell if this Jello is strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, lime, apple,
colored
black raspberry, black cherry, or grape.
That baby
Jello.
was jamming on drumline, though. Like,
Can we get that last
wait, they're
flavor?
like, stupid Chinese baby is trying to eat Jello with... Also, why do they have to specify Chinese mother?
Because he's trying to. That's like when like an uncle or something tells you a story. He's like, "Yeah, black guy at my office." Like, okay.
Well, yeah, no, it's like if your guy's like, hey, black baby at my office, then black mother comes up. Okay.
Is that part of it? Like, no, they were wearing a green shirt. I just thought that was fun.
Look at how dumb baby
Look at this Teletubby style baby.
Yeah, he's wearing a suit. Stewie Griffin has
It's like Chinese Stewie.
This is
Don't do
the
the voice.
least-
There's a bad version of the voice
Oh,
we can
right,
do.
there is.
This is the least problematic thing about this commercial, but
This is? Oh,
no.
sorry.
But you could definitely pick up Jello with chopsticks. Okay,
Yeah, you absolutely can.
let's continue.
I wanted that last
Also,
flavor.
Chinese people have spoons.
Also,
Not in the 50s. I think they invented them.
why? I just feel like it's rude to. First of all, are Chinese babies using? I mean, I feel like I was being fed in a. If I'm in a booster seat like this, I'm like being like spoon fed my meal.
Or
I'm
just
not,
using your hands.
hey,
Too,
I'm not
as a
being
baby.
asked to manipulate chopsticks.
It's mean. It feels
I
like
don't know, like I don't know when you start using utensils as a baby, like because I don't remember.
But you don't do it well till you're like
Yeah.
8. You're making a mess for a really long time.
I would say maybe a 1-year-old could start learning utensils.
My first thought is like
15.
those things look sharp, and that baby, I don't trust it not to poke it.
Oh yeah, swallow the knife.
Yeah.
Raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, lime, apple, black raspberry, black cherry, or grape.
Glape.
Jello come in all 10
Oh no!
flavors.
Back up!
Wait, is that what they say?
Glape.
No.
No.
They do say raspberry.
The reason that that's racist is that's a Japanese thing, not a
It's
Chinese thing, to my knowledge.
No, it's Chinese style. Type.
Chinese type.
Chinese
baby.
type baby.
Type is such a scary word.
I'm like
There's
to the,
something really sinister
to the
about
point where
type.
I'm not even sure that that's what they said, but it like what could it possibly?
I think
else
it's a
have
Chinese
been
type
said?
baby for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Look how angry he is.
Okay.
Poor Chinese baby. But Chinese mother bling baby, great Western invention.
Where did you bring
Spoon.
Great Western
Spoon was
invention.
invented for eating Jello. Baby find this is
Were
great
spoons
Jello.
invented in the West? Because I feel like
I
a spoon
believe it's
isn't that
super
hard of a
one-
thing to
yeah.
fucking come up with.
It's like
No.
a hand that you hold by a handle.
Chopsticks are an interesting invention, I think. Spoon feels pretty fucking obvious.
There's literacy to the chopstick in
Yeah,
some way.
yeah.
Because isn't it part of the history of the chopstick that it was like very economical? They're like very easy to produce en masse.
I
and,
don't.
like,
I have no clue, but I couldn't tell you about the.
You have to forge
spoon.
it.
According to Google AI, the earliest evidence of spoons dates back to around 1000 BC in ancient Egypt.
Oh,
Western.
But I'm sure it's everywhere.
Right.
Like spoons are probably.
I'm like, if people can create the film camera and the light bulb like across the world from each other, and I feel like Spoon is not going to be hard to have some parallel thinking going on. Why do they keep saying Chinese mother, Chinese baby? It's really pissing me off.
I mean, you'd forget.
Just use the object.
Because they're not normal.
Yeah, they're scary.
That's what they're trying to tell you. It's not a normal baby.
And
it's an othered baby.
Bro, the tariffs on this Jello.
Okay, continue.
Deep, dark, delicious new flavor. Chinese baby, very happy. So end ancient Chinese pantomime. Is pretty good commercial, no?
No.
Wait, did they ended the commercial by being like, "Hey, pretty good commercial"? Huh?
What do you think?
Pretty good.
Actually is a very funny way of doing it.
Wait, what did the comments say? Chinese type baby. That's crazy. Yeah. Meanwhile, the spoon is used in China centuries. Bro, I don't know if that is true, but
Oh, that was the Kung Fu Fighting lyrics.
a spoon was invented for eating Jello.
Dude, grabbing soup with a hand.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, they emphasized grape because how did they wait, Jacob, stop. How did they have named 10 different flavors, including black raspberry, before they named grape?
Yeah, even they had a line. It's probably too hard to do.
Wait.
The ad execs thought Chinese babies could use chopsticks. I mean, like, that's kind of to your point that, like, when you're that young, you just kind of use your hands.
If I were 1 year old, regardless of my dexterity, I would choose not to. I would be like, I want to touch it with my hands.
Easiest thing.
I'm a baby.
I mean, I can't put myself in the shoes of Chinese baby, but like if I was
Chinese type.
If I was Chinese type baby, that's so crazy.
Chinese type
right.
mother is even crazy.
They didn't, I mean, this is the 50s, so they didn't get in trouble for this, obviously.
I mean, brother, I don't even know how much trouble they get in now. I think they'd be in a little bit of shit, but ultimately they'd do an apology, but they'd have to pay.
No!
Uh-oh.
Why didn't they have this episode on Mad Men?
Oh, where Don Draper's like, I had the best idea.
Wait a second.
It's called Perfect Ad.
The
Okay, get this. There's a Chinese type baby.
A Marlboro style cigarette.
I'm so confused because why this is about to be the same ad. I feel like Jello and KoolAid feel close enough together.
My brain is thinking about what was going on
Fruit type food.
Oh, I mean,
in America. So in
it
America,
was peak hating Japan post World War II.
Yes. So post World War II, plus we're in the Korean War in the 50s.
Yeah.
And China is the catch-all for that entire.
So America, like white Americans at this time, they don't care where you're actually from. You're just Chinese.
Yeah.
Chinese type.
You're just Chinese type.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, after World War II and during the Korean War, I remember like in San Francisco, for example, Chinatown in San Francisco was sort of rebranded as this fun place to go to see exotic people.
Right. You did say, I remember, like you were there.
No.
In the 60s. Like,
No,
which
I
isn't
swear
beating
I
the
wasn't
allegations
there.
that you lived 100
I
lifetimes.
swear.
You kind of said it like Phil
I
Collins.
swear I wasn't born yet.
Okay, not convincing at all. Okay, let's play it.
Remember the word.
Oh.
They were in the typeface, huh?
Kids in old Japan rode rickshaws everywhere. But when the kids sat down to eat, they sure did miss their favorite treat. KoolAid.
Well, because they're kids.
Tastes great.
Why are they looking in the rice bowl for KoolAid?
A story man who heard the kids then clapped his hands and said,
Hi, KoolAid keeps me very wise. Stand by, please, for a big surprise. KoolAid, so great.
Oh, it's Chinese style KoolAid.
Honorable KoolAid, most refreshing, much loved by whole family.
Whoa.
Father,
Live action?
mother, Japanese boy, Japanese girl.
Do it again.
2 for a quart. Cost only 20 yen, just 5 cents, with lots of ice.
Oh, Lego ass hair.
So nice.
the KoolAid kids are off again to
That's
visit
nice in the
other
bow.
lands. Be sure to join them when
Reveal
they
the rickshaw
do.
driver.
Join them in some KoolAid too. KoolAid, so great.
I hope they don't go to other lands.
I'm like, let those KoolAid kids rest, dude. They should not be fucking proselytizing KoolAid. They're sticks.
Shout outs to the advertising hero that went like, we should just have him jump through a wall. We should stop this stuff. Let's not
stop
happen.
it. What
How
we're
about
doing.
instead we just say, oh yeah.
Instead of, and then like one guy in the room, like an older advertising, he's like, yeah, but what if he does it Chinese? Ryan, you have to.
You
Please
need
stop
to
reading
stop
this.
with this.
Okay, fine. Do it Japanese.
That's your suggestion for every ad.
Right, fine. Okay, what are we doing? Captain Crunch? I got ideas for that.
I love how they specify the race of the kids. They keep doing that.
Japanese boy, Japanese girl.
Why do they keep doing that? The manga was a bop. Okay, I'm done. Next commercial. I don't need to. I prefer the manga. Okay,
Very
great.
funny. Hell yeah, epic.
For sure. Fritos. Okay,
Still
Fritos.
a better love story than Twilight.
Well, these are all black and white, and it's giving me concern every time I see a black and white ad. I'm nervous.
It's also from PapaJoesVideos.com.
I heard you want to be a frito bandito like me. You do.
Now,
Then you
wait,
must
Paul, sorry.
be bandito.
I for a moment thought to myself, okay, well, watching visual, maybe I should describe these for the listening audience. I think you've got it, probably. I think you've probably got the image.
It's the most like racist caricature you could possibly imagine.
It's the first one you're thinking.
Also, the ad exec went Frito and Bandito rhyme, and then they said that's it.
It's crazy.
They said that's it. They said cut print.
Yeah, I gotta
promotion actually.
Doesn't this voice reminds me of the
Yokiro Taco Bell?
The guy who does Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you
yes.
think this is the same guy?
Could be.
Wait, do the voice.
No.
Do you remember at Ren Fair how many white guys were wearing rice patty hats?
What kind of hats?
I don't know if it's the correct term, but like the
Chinese...
one that they were giving to all the. There's a ton. Some of them were running the stalls, and then every now and then they'd like pull their mask down to itch their face. They go like, oh. I guess they were selling them there.
Interesting.
Renaissance.
That's weird.
We can check if that's an okay term. I just don't know.
Mel Blanc. That's who did Speedy Gonzalez's voice.
Mel Blanc, Frito Bandito.
He was the go-to guy, maybe, for this.
I didn't see that, by the way. I think I maybe turned off my eyes for seeing that.
You freed yourself from Chinese style white guy.
Oh my god, Chinese style white guy.
Sorry.
That guy's.
Also, I did not add white guy to the search. This was the first thing that came up when I searched rice patty hat.
White America, dude. That could be one of your kids. White America.
You know I'm trying to.
Eminem talked about it. All right.
Ay, 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 ay. I am the frito bandito.
There's nothing to this.
Fritos corn chips, I love them, I do. I want Fritos corn chips, I'll get them from you. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, I am the frito bandito. Give me Fritos corn chips and I'll be your friend. The frito bandito, you must not offend. Now, boys and girls, you are frito banditos too.
That song was ass.
That sucked. Bad bars.
Like it literally was like a bunch of. It's like a bunch of shit that didn't like rhyme, and then it's like a sentence. It's like I like Fritos and I like to eat them.
Don't offend me.
Because I'm cool. Fritos, I like them. I will go to school. Okay, all right, cool, man.
I
wrote verse 3. Yeah.
You just wrote like Don Draper's best ad in the. This speaks volumes to how easy life was for any like white suit wearing guy, because you go into work, you get so drunk, and then you're like, I don't know, what about a cookie that was Chinese?
You know what rhymes with Frito? Bandito.
Nice.
I just heard about that word from Spanish.
What if a Frito was a bandito? And then he like pulls the paper open and it just says a slur.
I love that Speedy Gonzalez guy. We should get him.
What about if corn chips hated a bunch of people? Well, Don, you've done it again.
I like that.
I'm cheating on my wife.
Also, the budget for that had to be $1 because like it was like flip book animated. There's like no backgrounds.
Looks like it was done on like stone tablets.
I get that it was a long time ago, but like we didn't ask you to make this. Like no one asked you to do the Frito Bandito.
But if there's anybody that like remembers it from their childhood, or if it's so long ago, then anybody that would.
Well, it would be you can find them in the comments to a Tom McDonald video.
Oh yeah, I'm 2,000 years old.
I'm 900 years old.
As a mummified,
as an enjoyer of the Frito Bandito
song. The Frito Bandito
yeah, and this is a close second.
I like this.
The first rap I ever heard was a Chinese style rap in a Jello ad. What do you think this is? I have no idea.
Okay, vintage early 1960s funny face drinks commercial with family affair actor Johnny Whitaker. Funny face drinks. Okay, so they're drinks that are like sour and they make you have a funny face. Kind of like I'm guessing like Airheads. Is that what they're? No, not Airheads.
Warheads.
Warheads, yeah.
But is the face they do maybe okay?
Oh, what
I'm
face?
so
I'm thinking
scared.
maybe it's a
they turn into
a
another
race
race.
parody.
Oh,
it's so sour that I'm a certain
that
type.
I turn into a Chinese type
I'm
baby.
a Chinese type mother right
I'm
now.
so nervous.
Howdy! Grapes, the name. Perfect grape. Why they call me Goofy, I don't know. Yes, sir. I'm
Dude,
one
he's
of the
so
new-
XD random.
Is this the actor Johnny Whittaker?
He sounds like the guy who did the Yogi Bear voice.
It probably is him.
Hey, yo,
there was
boo
like
boo.
5 voice actors. back then.
guy.
Hey, what the fuck is going on? I'm a fucking bear. Hey, give me a picnic.
Pre-sweetened without sugar. What?
Ew.
What was it pre-sweetened
What was it
with?
pre-sweetened
fruit,
with?
with
In
grape.
fucking 1960, what did you have?
Asbestos.
They didn't have science back then. Pillsbury's funny face drink. Hey, stick to biscuits.
Stick to the dough, boy.
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 Funny face drinks from Pillsbury.
Funny faces, fancy drinks.
One of the new funny face drinks.
All right, we get it.
Yeah, man,
Here's
we're
what
with you.
do. You pour me into a pitcher, add water, don't add sugar.
That's a fucking scientific
Yeah, you put me in a beaker.
What? Mom won't mind. Cause look, Mom, I'm pre-sweetened without sugar. And so are my friends. Injun orange. Rootin' tootin' raspberry. Freckle face strawberry.
Hi.
Chinese cherry.
Okay.
And loudmouth lime. Hello, hello, hello. Look for us at your...
I thought that was going to be a black guy. I thought the loud one was going to be a black guy.
A lot of that.
They weren't doing that at this time.
They loved him.
First of all, this
As
reminds me
much.
of like the Little Miss books when they put it like this.
Yeah.
You remember that? Like,
Yeah.
Like, is that like Mr. Man kind of vibe?
I think
No.
so. Well, maybe.
What?
Hold on.
Mr. Men?
I think so. Isn't that the boy version?
I don't know.
You're like, no.
They would do
And then
Little
follow up
Miss
with-
and Little
No,
Mister.
you don't.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you do.
It's like even in a grid.
Oh, yeah. It might be the same artist.
I think
No, I don't want to put him on blast.
Well,
like that.
I don't know.
It could be though.
Yeah, we start,
Goofy,
we start
great.
looking closer at these, and it's like Hispanic
Yeah.
watermelon.
Urban grape.
What the?
And here's Blackie McGee.
Wait, what? Who was they? So they just did Chinese cherry. It's
Dude,
not
that's
like
what's
a
crazy to me is
reference.
that they walked into it like a full. What is it? It's like a what is it called in tennis when you unforced error? Like a full. Like no one asked. You could have said any type of cherry, and I don't know what that word is next to orange, but I don't think I can say it.
I was gonna say I feel like the word before orange is in itself so fucked up.
It's the well, let's just say it is a term for Native Americans that for way too long everybody was fucking with,
Yeah.
and it's not Indian.
And also
It's, adjusted.
the sad thing is that the Atlanta Braves is still not that far from this.
Yeah.
Who
Like,
was it
it's-
that Washington football team?
Washington
what-
football team. Now they're the Commanders. To them, Chinese as an adjective is the same as rootin' tootin'. Like they're on the
loudmouth.
same level, right? Like because it's just flavoring. It's
Also,
goofy.
It's like the village people. Like, you get
you
one
know, like
cop.
somebody's like a loudmouth. They're goofy. They're Chinese. It's one of those options.
It's like a silly guy, skateboarder, Chinese guy.
because they
was
distinguish
a shit for-
Chinese, I'm assuming the other ones are white.
And
Yeah.
what is
Normal.
what is happening with the strawberry? He has like a freckle face.
freckles.
That's fucking stupid.
The voice that
That's
that
the
one did is
same
pretty
to them.
funny.
Having freckles, being Chinese.
Also, that was the only one that
You
just
speak a
went,
dog.
hey,
Yeah, he's like, freckles. That's me.
Hey, what's up? I'm normal.
hi, I have freckles.
They could have said anything.
Or you know, we're saying about everyone. We've even got freckles.
But
you know?
here's the thing I don't know. Is there any connection between China and cherries?
I don't think
They
so.
even have cherry blossom. I
Yeah,
guess.
they've.
Is that what they're doing?
They probably have cherries.
Is cherry blossom the joke of
That's-
this?
But that, well, I don't know. I don't know if they have cherry blossoms in China, but
Well, but
I
I'm
feel
imagining.
like I associate that more with Japan.
I
well, but
associate with Japan as well.
they associate China with Japan.
Yeah,
That's
is,
true,
my,
that's
is where
true.
I'm coming from.
Yes.
Chinese type.
It was
yeah.
never going to be Japanese juice. I hope.
Oy.
That's KoolAid.
You're right. Oh my god, they missed a beat there.
Fucking idiot.
That was Don Draper's pitch. What about Japanese juice?
But
That's
this
a
is
bit much.
on par with like, having like a costume that's a race, where it's
Yeah,
like you're just not considering.
It's literally my culture is not your costume.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Do they ever drink the juice in this commercial about the juice that you drink? Or do they just have more animated faces making wacky?
Put it in a beaker. Distill it over
My culture is
boiling
not
water.
your flavor.
Yeah.
Funny faces factory.
That's David before they put nostalgia.
No sugar meth.
That was weirdly intimate.
So I don't think they're sour. I think they're just regular drinks.
So they're funny face because the characters have a funny face. What a stupid fucking product.
And also, they didn't. They just had a bunch of kind of fruit and then the occasionally racist ones. The two they chose are the
they
racist
highlighted
ones.
the racist ones.
First of all, can we find out what sweetener they used? You can't. I'm glad that we have like regulations now where you can't just be like, and we didn't use sugar. We'll never say
Some
what we
fucking
used.
shit in there. I don't know.
I bet it's like fruit sweeteners, like artificial.
But it's like that's sugar if it's fruit.
I'm telling you, it's wall insulation.
Artificial.
Oh,
sweetener.
yeah.
It's just out of it. They had that?
I mean, that's what I'm. Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
beginnings of it, I think.
Wait a minute.
But
in limited productions in Midwest and New England regions of the United States, were these ones included in the
Yes.
the 1994 to 2001
well,
era?
here they're talking about the
Oh.
racism stuff. It's probably like such an unpopular thing that the history's been lost.
I feel like if I was a
purchase, continue sell-
racist, I wouldn't want the foreign ones.
This says they soon replaced that word with a slang alteration of Indian.
No, that word is a slang alteration.
Oh.
Yeah. They're just saying they were both racist.
They thought that would be
They
offensive.
did change it to choo choo cherry though here,
But did they change the character?
and then
Railroad is also like a dicey association.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he doesn't have the same face.
I know, the
Yeah,
same
I would-
exact face.
Yeah.
The funny face.
And they describe like specifically the like racist depiction, like the T stereotype of East Asians. But anyway, damn, that's crazy.
It is quite literally just synonymous in the American zeitgeist, still to some degree. Just like it's Chinese type. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
What's Korean? Do you mean Chinese type? Okay. Wait, I have a suggestion. Should we open one of mine to get a break from
Yes,
just
I was just gonna
anti-Asian
say-
sentiment?
Yeah, I didn't realize.
see-
To be honest, did not realize these were all going to be anti-Asian.
Throughout the years, by the way. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is see a little bit of sexism, boys. Finally.
Oh, I was doing a study abroad in England during this campaign.
And he had one of the worst chocolate bars available.
Yeah.
Yorkie, please, mate.
You're not a bird, are you?
No.
Explain the offside rule then.
A player cannot be in an advanced position of the opponent's last defender when the ball is played.
Open that.
Oh, she could open a jar.
Stockings are tight.
Stockings.
Oh, look! A big hairy spider! You know, that wrapper really brings out the beautiful blue of your eyes.
Really?
Yorkie, 5 big masculine chunks of chocolate. It's
Dude,
not for
what a horrible shopkeep, dude.
He's missing out on money. You know, what the fuck are you
won't
care?
sell. He's gatekeeper for selling his product, and when he gets them on not being a guy, he eats it himself.
In his old West saloon that he's
What a
apparently
fucking
known.
idiot, dude. Don't get high on your own supply.
I believe they replaced the O with a regular O in modern memory.
Right, that makes sense.
Unless they just still have it.
Well, I don't understand why it would be for what's in there. Like what
It
did they
is
put in it?
It's
Just-
big masculine chunks of chocolate.
Okay,
Dude, it's literally
double chocolate cookie.
There's no filling. It's just chocolate.
It's just chocolate.
It's just bad Nestle chocolate.
It's really
Sounds good to
not
me.
yummy, I don't think.
That sounds like it's up my alley, but
They got something wrong with it. It's
but
just
mostly
like
the part
bad.
where it's not for girls. That's the part that I like.
It tastes like the outside of a U.S. Kit Kat.
I've already brought up Dr. Pepper 10, so I don't need to relitigate
forgot about that one. Another export of old Blighty of England.
Oh, this is like that Pete Holmes joke.
Oh, really? I don't remember that one.
Well, that's my guess. I'll tell you about that after.
Oh, no.
British ass countertop.
This spill is no match for me. One sheet.
Clean up a spill.
One sheet of plenty does the job of 3 ordinary towels. Stand back, pretty lady. This is why they call me Juan
It like
Sheep.
looks green still.
Juan
I'm
Sheep.
sure it's like the green
Don't
screen or
Plenty.
something. Is Plenty Bounty's name in the UK?
I think we also have Bounty,
Because it
but
had the same like logo.
we do have a chocolate bar called Bounty, so maybe that is why. I don't like it at all. It's coconut. You coconut chocolate man? That
not
sounds
really.
bad. That's a Don Draper ad right there. For coconut chocolate, guys. Speaking of racist, Peeps is here. They just walked in a moment ago. From Missouri. Yikes.
Oh yeah, it was rebranded to Plenty in the UK. That's funny. Someone posted it to crappy off brands and then was informed that it's just the same thing with a different localized name.
God, that's a classic Reddit move.
It's like, why wouldn't you Google it before? It's crazy when you, oh man.
Posting smugly a full paragraph. I think you'll find, little baby crying, big tall pole.
The lungs on that child.
Points up. Black man in jersey.
Not even like an NBA player, just like a black dude.
A black man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, climbs like monkey.
Climbs like monkey and doesn't ask the question. By the way, no shot, right? Like grabs it in his mouth. Well, okay, I get you. He's climbing the thing, but why is he climbing the thing? It's a fucking balloon. Who cares?
Also, why not? I don't know.
Don't risk your life for that.
Yeah, come on, man. Oh God, what are they gonna do? Is she gonna reward him by turning him into a white man?
What is she's
that
gonna
be
give him
wild?
KoolAid? What is this possibly an ad for?
Got a funny face. He's returned Chinese type baby her beautiful balloon. Oh, racist mother.
Yeah.
And now it is a black man with a balloon. He's sad. Wait, it is gonna be just a photo of a Labrador. Oh.
It happens all the time. It happens 7 times today.
You.
Huh?
Oh.
Oh, we see.
Oh no!
What?
Not in a million years.
What?
So this is an ad about how their toothpaste's a weird color.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
appearances, I know you won't like this.
Appearances can be deceiving.
So a brown man goes to his bed, which is the bristles of a toothbrush, after saving a child's balloon, of which he does frequently, and is unrewarded due to racist parents. And then turns into
This
real
does imply
toothpaste.
that if you buy Lotus toothpaste, and you leave it out,
it is the biomatter of a
it will be the biomatter of a black man, and it will wake up and save balloons.
Dude, you know what's great is that, like, if you read this at face value, it's literally going like, hey, no, appearances can be deceiving. It's not toothpaste. It's a black guy.
or don't be so alarmed. It's a toothpaste. He's not gonna rob you. I do like the idea of like a kid yelling, and then somebody, oh wait, I got just the thing. And he just scored out some toothpaste.
No, appearances could be deceiving.
Could be deceiving.
How many kids are losing damn balloons in this town?
Dude, he made so many poor. I'm gonna victim blame. The racism wasn't okay, but him scaling that tall ass thing to get that balloon, dumb decision, dude.
Just had so the ape element was just flavor. That's a little bit of fun.
That was
the
just for
community.
fun.
That is.
Oh my god, what country was that?
Thailand.
Hell yeah.
What if it was like Kenya? Like, oh,
I'd be like, all right, well, I take it back, dude. Tip
Cheers,
my
guys.
cap.
Pretty inventive. It's hard to knock the art,
The
you know?
motion between of. Dude, just don't make your toothpaste doo-doo brown.
Dude, that was like the montage of Fry's dog waiting for him.
Why? Yeah, why did they have their toothpaste like that? Just change the fucking color.
You show me the transition
We
again.
have the black guy toothpaste. That's what sets us apart.
I know it's scary, but don't worry.
I think it's a good ad with a strong message.
No. This is Tom McDonald viewer.
I think it's a good ad with a strong message. You should not judge people just because they have a different skin color than what you're used to. And so also with toothpaste.
Yep. 1-to-1, man.
I mean, I don't know if it's a joke, but my hat's off.
Me personally, as a racist, I don't want that color of toothpaste. Black guys, I think, are great. You know, they save my balloon and stuff.
I can't imagine how terrible it must be a black man going to bed depressed and turning into toothpaste. Dude, I hate when I'm so sad I turn into toothpaste. That happens all the time.
Can we replay the part where he just lies down? I just need to see.
Yeah, the tween, the motion tween. Can we watch it one more time and then can we go through frame by frame?
La, la, la. Dead to camera.
Also, this guy's life is so sad. Wake up, fix balloons, turn into paste.
Dude, he anamorphed.
Yeah,
he anamorphed into disgusting toothpaste.
Can we do the comma period thing to go frame by frame?
They're sleepy. Huge bed.
I become my true self.
They didn't even do anything fancy. It's like just a fade out and a fade in.
It's kind of elegant.
It's like a match cut.
Why even make it a toothbrush? You know what I mean? Like, why not it be a bed and then the fade turns to a toothbrush?
A turd?
Change your toothpaste.
Oh, God. So someone shat on my toothpaste again.
I mean, it doesn't help that they did log form. It's like the exact build.
Don't be scared of that black guy. He might go get the balloon.
He might save. He
be
might
scared of him after he gets.
He might use his monkey power to get your balloon back. Oh, KFC's cricket survival guide. Oh, wait.
Oh, this is your people.
No, it's gonna be South African.
Need a tip when you're stuck in an awkward situation?
Oh, it's Australia.
Too easy. KFC's crowd pleaser. A huge variety
Need
of
a tip when you're stuck in an awkward situation by being around a bunch of black people.
Why
Here you
is it
go.
awkward?
You know, some of them are toothpaste.
Some of them.
Everyone's having fun and he's not.
Okay, you never stuck around thugs of a kind? Just shut them up with a little bit of chicken.
I've got a bucket of chicken.
This was on when I was a kid. I remember this ad.
That's crazy.
Which is equally, I guess, because cricket was the market appeal.
Yeah.
But it is an Australian ad about fried chicken for black people, a stereotype that is way less applicable because we have like chicken shops as a go-to place for like everyone.
Yeah.
It's still a thing, but it's a thing people took from America because we're
It's
weebs
very
and we
funny
wanna be
that
like
this
you
shot
guys.
is of KFC fries, a thing that I'm just now learning exists.
Pass.
Wait, can we show peeps the new ad that's currently airing during the playoffs, the one that we watched earlier?
It's science.
It's not racist. It's just I had to show it. I just want to show it to you. I just want to get your opinion.
3.1 million.
I didn't love doing the toilet one.
Yes, you did. In fact, Clorox proved that you felt 61% better about cleaning than getting a massage.
They did it with science. Oh, we've got it up next. Coming.
Now that I'm thinking about it again, massages aren't for your brain. They're not like, you don't do it because it feels good to your mind. I thought it was supposed to help your body.
Yeah, you were 61% sleepier than when you were cleaning the toilet.
Did they tell them they were monitoring that?
Yeah, they put on like a brainwave scanner thing.
Okay.
But the whole thing, this whole ad thing is like people being like, I didn't really like cleaning. And they're like,
you did.
They're like, you're a liar. We scanned your brainwaves and you actually love Clorox.
No, I'd actually rather do my hobbies. No.
Bullshit.
There's
Yeah,
one where a guy's petting puppies and he's like, you liked cleaning more than puppies.
Well, I kind of like the puppies, though.
Like, bro, I don't know.
The way they set up that commercial looked like she didn't know that it was going to happen. Because she's like, oh, I enjoyed cleaning the toilet. And then they're like, yes, you did. And then showed like a Big Brother style, like behind
Well,
the
she
scenes.
said specifically, I didn't think, what was it? I didn't think I enjoyed that more or something.
that's a
She
good-
was
yeah,
like
like good
specifically saying,
percentage more.
I don't think I liked that.
She's like, oh, it's a good
I don't think I
percentage
liked cleaning the toilet more than the other thing. And it goes, yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
You thought it and you did feel it.
All right.
Ooh, fun.
Let's rock this.
Hey, mate, you ever had a black guy got a balloon
You
from
ever
you?
been surrounded by a bunch of black guys, and you're like, well, I wish I had some grape soda
Looks
and
aren't
a
deceiving.
big old bucket of hot chicken that I've somehow delivered here to the cricket pitch or whatever the fuck it's called.
It wasn't working. He's like, oh, let me summon it with my powers.
Well, luckily, there's the rule goes if there's 40 black people around you,
it's like
and
Bloody
you say
Mary.
the right thing, yeah, you get a bucket of KFC chicken.
Colonel.
Oh, did somebody call?
I'm here to help. Sorry about all these guys wilding out.
oh, they're having too much fun.
Yeah, stop enjoying cricket.
Dude, I've never seen people hype like that for cricket.
Oh, shit. Yeah, what do they do?
Outside of Nikhil.
Yeah, that's true.
Outside of our friend.
He fucking loves stuff.
he loves stuff.
Bro
dude.
loves stuff, man.
All right, let's see here. Oh, this one. Yeah, I remember this one.
I'm a Bollywood producer. I'm looking for the most delicious thing on the planet. I'm Nigel, and I'm seeking higher planes of consciousness. Higher planes of consciousness.
Nice.
Money creates taste, and I have lots of both.
Okay, it doesn't help. Sorry, just pause for a
Okay,
sec.
so are these all Ashton Kutcher?
It doesn't help that Ashton Kutcher is very bad at acting and is boring and annoying and a weirdo, because this is what it was already like bad. Now it's unfunny. That's tough. That's a tough hurdle to get over. Being in brown face?
Yeah, and this was 13 years ago, so like 2012-ish. And this type of quote unquote comedy wasn't funny then. It was like, look, I'm doing the voice.
Not to be like, we had Obama, so all the racism was fixed. But this was like this was discourse era. You can like, I mean, there's a fucking video about it, right?
I remember this coming out and people going, that sucks.
Oh my God, Chinese type baby. I
can't believe this.
That feels like a many moons ago. I don't need to watch Ashton's ad anymore. There's not. This
Also,
isn't gonna.
yeah, we can wrap this up.
We've crushed it, man. We got some heaters.
Yeah, we got some heaters. I want to find one more though.
Toothpaste one is maybe
the toothpaste
my
one's
favorite.
crazy. I feel like there must be more like that.
La, la.
Yeah, let's hit up.
I don't know if they're good though.
Okay, but they were on the.
Probably racist.
Okay, crispy chicken, Mary J. Blige, Burger King commercial.
Uh-oh.
Exciting things are happening at Burger King.
Welcome to Burger King.
What's in those new chicken snack wraps?
What's in the new
What's
chicken
in the new
snack?
chicken wraps?
Mary?
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, 3 cheeses, fresh dressing wrapped up in a tasty flour tortilla. Crispy chicken, wrapped up in a...
The new chicken snack wraps. Come and get it.
Man.
Well,
thing is,
I'm glad
like,
Mary J. Blige's getting a bag. You know,
that's what I mean. Like, I'm like, Mary, why?
it's like how like you'll watch like I don't know, Law and Order or something, and you're like, well, I'm glad there's black actors getting work. It's just a shame that they have to be all of these characters.
So this, I think, is just a still ad, like a image, like not a commercial. NIVEA, re-civilize yourself.
What? Yo, he beheaded his past self. That's crazy. Look like you give a damn. Face body shape.
Wait, is it all this sentiment?
He's on a football field. Like he's about to throw his fucking head full court, full fucking field.
Re-civilize?
Like he's gonna throw his Like he's gonna throw his fucking head 90 yards, dude.
I mean, that would
into the end zone.
I guess that'd be impressive. Still bad, obviously.
And they did the same image with other races.
There you go.
But
well, we're racist towards everybody, so
it's fine.
But it
South Park
doesn't
mindset.
matter.
Well, I don't think I even understand the sentiment of it. When you say other races, do you mean white characters doing it with other races, or do you mean other races
like
holding a
like white guy holding a head of him in like a fucking what even haircut? When there's just not.
Is it? It's him? Because
it's this guy throwing a light. That's a totally different message.
They literally
So
just changed that.
this is
Fucking, rebel propaganda.
But there was another one with a white guy, and he has like essentially like a caveman head. That's
right, because having a fucking afro is the same as being a caveman.
It's exactly the same, man. No offense.
I just
There's many
sent it,
episodes of
Jacob.
Sad Boys where my hair looks like that.
Well, you have to civilize it.
Wait, is that the same ad? Yes.
Sin City isn't an excuse to look like hell.
What, Vegas?
Well, that in that one, he like doesn't have eyes or a mouth, and it's like a mask. So it's like take off your caveman mask
to civilize yourself. I guess the caveman was already wearing a suit. 'Cause
Also,
that's pretty
cavemen
close.
are like at least uncivilized by definition.
Yeah, that's true. That's just a guy.
That is just a man.
Behead a man.
Kill him.
Kill him, NIVEA. Look like you give a damn. I literally don't understand this one at all.
Well,
So
you have to understand that
it's a black guy
black
unblacking
hair.
himself.
Black hair is seen as
yeah.
like less what is even the word?
Like you can't
less
have
civilized.
natural hair
Well, they
because
also-
that's
you have to
uncivilized.
conform.
They model
yeah.
minority's outfit as well. It is like it's.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. I'm playing football, but politely.
Well, in jeans.
I'm not gonna show
And a collar.
I'm gonna walk across.
And I know my knee is close to the ground, but don't worry, I won't know.
Let me pick that back up.
Yeah.
I'm standing shoulder width apart, throwing it over my head. Dude, seriously, congrats on civilizing yourself. Also, isn't NIVEA?
That's why I'm wearing this hat though, to civilize myself.
Being more civil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The hell? Wait, that face is like the Mr. Popo like racism.
Yeah, it's back. It looks like original Jinx.
Also, like, it has to be. Oh, Joker.
Oh.
But then they accidentally, I don't know, but they did the Mr. Popo, like old school, like, what is that called? That doll, that,
well, it's also
Pickaninny
like
is one of them.
minstrelsy.
Yes, but there's like a term for like
Gollywog.
specifically the black face with the bright red lips.
A lot of intricacy to blackface. A lot of different tools.
I had
You
a
guys are good at it.
professor in college who was a professor of African American literature, and he himself was black. And when you went to his office, he collected all of those racist like caricatures and pictures and toys and stuff. And I would just be like surrounded by all these. And one time I found at a thrift store a record of like minstrel songs. And so I gave it to him and I was like, I feel weird giving this to you, but I noticed you collect these. So
You guys like this?
Okay, this one I don't get.
So the thing in the article that I read about this was that it's a black woman marrying a white man.
Okay, sure.
And so she's like the not composed one.
Right. I feel like, okay, this one I'm like, I'm not grabbing my pitchfork. I
Yeah.
get it, right? But
Black Mom's there too. I mean,
But this came out the same week as the other one.
they're
So
on
that's
a
why
streak.
everyone was like, what are you doing?
Heinz pasta sauce. I've never seen that.
No, I haven't either.
It's now in family
didn't do
size.
very well, yeah.
It was too small before.
It was only, yeah.
One noodle.
Single serving. Okay, that.
The time has come for us to return to our toothbrush. I feel like asking Jacob to edit that
that would
in
get
is
him-
a hate crime.
Yeah. That would be messed up to ask.
Unless
that was okay. There's some other wild stuff that we're gonna watch on our Patreon. More of the same, but then also I found out there was a Lost Media Windows XP musical that we're gonna watch some of, and just have a grand old time over on Patreon.com/sadboys.
What, are you gonna be mad at me? What? I can't do that now?
What? I can't freaking
be myself.
I can't even be myself over on Patreon.com/sadboys using $5 a month of my discretionary entertainment spending only. Don't overextend yourself. It's totally cool.
I'm not allowed to do that, is what you're saying.
No, you're allowed.
No way, for real?
Nah.
Oh, come on.
We end
but
every
you are.
episode of Sad Boys with a particular phrase.
We love you.
And we're sorry.
No one says crayon.
Crayon.
Yes,
No,
they do.
They do one.
Crayon.
We
Well,
all
not
just
two
said
words.
no one said crayon.
Crayon.
Crayon. It doesn't sound like a word anymore. I can't.
Crayon? I gotta
It
just.
seems crazy.
Anastasia has a very sweet, friendly smile, but you're doing it as you go insane. So it's almost Joker-esque.
Guys, I'm
It is
saying
gonna-
it 2 syllables. Crayon. It's like, no, you're not.
Crayon.
Gucci girl, how you doing? How you moving, girl? Moving, girl. How's your day looking? That future girl, yeah, we on now. Take my money, go away, all you want it.
Girl, too rich for me.